Bad call, but go for it.
Oh, baby.
So we're just gonna jump right into it, huh?
Something's gonna get real fucked up.
We are drinking whiskey.
I put gin on top of my gin.
Giggling about bullshit. Shaped your nutsack to play it with the boys? Oh my god, we're recording.
I'm trying to fill the void.
That's what you want, an alabaster smooth penis.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. I don't know why it's recording so slow.
No, hold on. Whatever I just took is kicking in. That's perfect. How do you make the bass sound sadder? Slow it the fuck down.
Well, but that's the thing. When you heard it, it was like da da da, and then I hit record, and it was like
No good.
no.
Burp.
I don't get it.
It's like a catfish slowly dying by farts.
That's a flatulent catfish was our ska band in college.
We're recording right now, right?
Yeah, for fucking sure.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey.
Cheers. So, every other episode we've done,
I've been there for them.
no, you've been
Mostly.
there, but we've been remote recording.
Correct, yeah.
And today we are in person because we're in phase 4 and we can be in person.
Phase 4 of...
The lockdown plan.
Oh, I thought our relationship had jumped a phase.
We've been in phase 8 for a while.
We went down to 4 because of the SARS.
Yeah.
Or the SOARS. Excuse me, SOARS, I misspoke.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's... We need to talk about that.
I think it will be better being, like, directly, like, next to each other because of nothing else for the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of pennies. Just...
Say it. In a sock. You want to say it in a sock?
I wasn't going to say a sock. I was going to say in a bag of piss chicken.
You were not. You were going to say sock.
I wasn't going to say sock. I was trying to come up with something. And bag of piss chicken.
Bag of piss chicken. Because there's nothing like starting a show with a joke we made 45 minutes before the show.
Exactly.
Bag of piss chicken.
Bag of piss chicken. That's our sponsor today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, today we... Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic brought to you by Bag of Piss Chicken.
You're going to have to take it home.
You touched it, you buy it.
It's real warm and it's going in your trunk. It's Bag of Piss Chicken.
Bag of Piss Chicken. Brought to you by the makers of Semen Sock.
What was it? Oh, you know it by the crunch.
In association with someone's shit in your pantry.
Semen Sock, you know it by the crunch? No, I'm just thinking about, like, as a cereal. Like, you just take a sock that you came in several times, break it up into small pieces, put it in a bowl.
Buttermilk.
With buttermilk.
Yeah. Folios.
Folios. Honey crusted folios.
Honey crusted folios.
Made famous by the Roosevelts.
My shins hurt.
Your shins hurt. Mine are ringing. Should they? Probably not.
They're making a noise. My shins are literally making a noise.
Listen to my shins. They sound vaguely like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's how you know it's working. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Vaguely.
And we're talking the actual elements, not even...
No, if I wouldn't have said that, my shins both sound and smell like dirt.
My favorite part of this is that we were both trained for theater. So before, we sat down here and we're talking very quiet.
Right.
And like normal, but as soon as we know we're recording,
Oh, yeah.
we are projecting.
We're in a basement right now. I'm talking to the back of the room,
Yeah.
which is this wall right here.
This is the danger dungeon. Don't you malign the basement.
Put your fucking speakers on vibrate for this one, kids. We're a little excited, and we've been drinking for hours.
Yeah, we only took a small break to pass out.
And set up a tent.
Yeah, there's a dragon tent that you refuse to get in with.
Okay,
me.
so yeah, no, I'm not I'm going to actually beg people to be on my side. At one point last night, while after having way too much booze, you set up a pup tent which looks like a dragon's mouth and or slug got inside of it in your bedroom and basement. Pardon me. Something else happened to the bedroom. We'll gloss over that. And then demanded I get inside of it with you.
Yeah.
It's perfect size for one small child to sleep in.
Or, depending on how you stack us.
I don't need to be stacked. I decide I take so few stands in my life. I've been married twice. There's so few stands.
Like, it was the one time that you looked at me and said, that is a bad idea.
I'm not doing that, no.
And which shocked me. I think that's what hurt my feelings, because so often I'm like, well, like, I was like, hey, you want to go shoot fireworks off down at the creek?
That's a very good point. And we did exuberantly go to shoot fireworks off down by the creek.
Yeah.
And you had them like a bandolier over your
Yes,
wrist.
like I was a Mexican bandito.
However, sitting inside of a small pup tent in your basement, I'm like, no fucking way.
I'm not doing this. I'm not. Last time I did that with you, I got pregnant.
I'm not voting for Trump, and I'm not getting in that goddamn tent. Those are the only two things. You want to talk about stuff going in my butt? We can discuss, but I'm not getting in the tent.
It's not going in my butt in the tent.
No, put it in my butt, and we can maybe mosey into the tent. If we can figure out some way to wiggle it, even centipede it on in.
I get to be the middle.
There's two of us, and he found the middle.
Oh, so we are currently we drank a lot last night. Not like the most we've ever drank.
Oh dear God, no.
But we drank a lot.
At no point in time was my naked ass being videoed, so it wasn't as much as we
you didn't have to do the I got shut out at foosball run through the neighborhood.
That's why.
Yeah, and run, I'm using that word loosely.
I haven't ran since Reagan was in office.
It was an adorable little shuffle.
I definitely trotted like an asshole, and I believe I fell down in the grass, and the grass was wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it was, and your wife loved it. She filmed it.
Yeah, no, she had a great time, and she loves bringing it up, and her opinion of the evening has gone downhill over the last several years.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, that was so funny. You have a problem. It only took about 2 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem fair.
She has a point.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep glancing over to make sure that everything's recording properly.
No, I'm used to when I speak to them from just staring off.
Just looking away and not making eye contact?
That makes
I get that.
Nothing but good sense.
Have you seen, speaking of you've got a problem, have you seen Brockmire?
Everything but the last 3 episodes. Because I really enjoyed them jumping the shark in the last season.
Okay, see, I haven't, we've made it to season 3.
Okay.
Where he's gotten sober.
Is it so there's 4 seasons then? I thought there was, but in the very last one they jumped to like 2030 and the world is going to shit. The first couple of episodes are really funny when they play with things like, the food riots in Arizona and the fact that you can just burst into flames in Florida.
Yeah.
It gets a little for me, but the show is amazing.
Are we talking about the same show?
Yeah, so the one with the seal with the hat on it?
No, this is the one with Hank Azaria.
Yeah, no, they do that in the last season. They jump the shark. They jump like 20 years into the future, and they make everything go a little askew.
Oh.
But they follow the arc of
Okay.
Yeah, same show.
Well,
Amanda Peet.
Can we just... Amanda Peet. She ages perfectly.
Oh my God.
And not like inappropriately ages.
No.
She
looks her age on the nose, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I've had this discussion with Nicole. Like, she comes on screen and she's just like, my God. I'm like, yeah, just ages perfectly. But the first 2 seasons of Brockmire
are brilliant. The first scene of the first episode when he has a meltdown.
God.
The way he does, oh my God. I had drinks with Hank Azaria once.
Shut your dumb face.
I think I told you the story. He was in the room when I had scotch with Eric Idle, Hank Azaria, and it's escaping me, Tim Curry. That happened. I never told you this?
No. Well, I would wait. How we were probably drinking, so you maybe.
I probably told you 7 times,
and yeah,
that's totally fair.
And I probably was like, "Yeah, bullshit. Let's have us another shot."
long story very short, when Spamalot was in Chicago years upon years ago, the touring manager was a friend of a friend.
Okay.
I already had tickets to the show, but because he was a friend of a friend, he upgraded me. He's like, keep your phone on. We had tickets, but they were kind of shitty seats.
Uh-huh.
After the first number, he texted me. He's like, meet me at this entrance right there. And he like grabbed us. He's like, these people never showed up. So he just put us in like the third row right behind the orchestra, right up front. And it was really cool. So we watched the show, which was amazing. And the guy came out and he's like, I was like, dude, that was so nice of you. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. And it was a pain in the ass. Can I please, can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a beer? Can I take you out for a sandwich or something? Just to say thank you, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I would love to. I got to do this work thing right now, but it's at a bar. So if you want, we can go there. You don't have to buy me anything, but I'd like to hang out. So why don't we go? I'll do my work thing real quick, and then we can hang out for the night. Like, cool. And again, long story short, we end up in a private room in a hotel bar down below where they have all these tables set up, and I'm sitting with him and a handful of other people, and all of a sudden the entire cast walks in, and I shit you not, Eric Idle sits down at my table, Hank Azaria sits down at the table, and Tim Curry sits down at the table.
And you came and shat at the same time.
Damn near. I've never been starstruck in my life, and I've been around a lot of celebrities, and I didn't lose it originally, but I'm sitting there very politely, because they're talking shop, because this is before they went to Broadway.
Right.
So that was like the second or third performance of the Chicago run before they went to New York. And they're just talking shop and, discussing and stuff. And all of a sudden, Eric Idle is talking to Hank about stuff. He looks over and he goes, right, and who are you then? I was like, I'm nobody, sir. And the touring manager's name's Mike. This is my buddy Adam. He's from Chicago. He came to the show tonight. He's like, oh, did you enjoy it? It's like, I very much did, sir. Thank you. And I was about to leave. He's like, can I buy you a drink? I'm drinking Johnny Walker Blue. Is that okay? It's like, that would be lovely, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So he orders me one. We sit there and we talk. And I don't really. They're talking shop, so I'm just like, they're not talking to me.
Right.
But they're not ignoring me either. Every once in a while, I was like, what did you think from the audience? Just asking a general opinion. And I don't freak out. Okay. And then we leave. The bar was in the basement level of a hotel. As soon as we left, I turned into a 5-year-old with his first boner. I ran up the down escalator and down the up escalator, screaming, that was Eric fucking Idle! That was Eric fucking Idle! That was Eric fucking Idle! I had to call my brother immediately, and I left the most rambling, lunatic, meth-headed message about the fact that Eric fucking Idle just bought me scotch.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little bit backhanded, but I was with my my ex-wife, my first wife.
Uh-huh.
And she's a lovely human being, but as we're going, after I do all this, she's like, I know Hank Azaria and Tim Curry, but who was the old British guy again? I grabbed the fucking program out of her purse. I'm like, he's Monty fucking Python! Yuck! Yeah, does he know his middle name is fucking? Shut up!
That's a beautiful fucking story. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, that happened. I'll take that to my grave.
Yeah.
Eric Idle bought me Johnny Walker Blue, and we discussed shop a little bit. He asked my input, like maybe 2 or 3 little snippets. But they were talking about their show.
We saw Lawrence Fishburne in New Orleans.
Up close and personal?
Actually, yeah.
What did he smell like?
Exactly. He smelled like chocolate chip cookies.
And Morbius.
And ass kickery.
Yeah, I buy that.
So we had just paused for a second.
Jesus.
We had paused, and as we walked, we were coming around a corner. We wanted to kind of make sure where we were going, and we kind of figure out what we were doing.
Okay, so here's what's happening. We're recording, and there's no lines on the screen right now that indicate we're recording, so Larry's kind of freaking out.
I am freaking out.
So I'm going to snap as well. That doesn't help. That doesn't do anything, does it?
We're just adding multiple audio tracks that I'll have to edit later, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It is recording.
Okay. Let's talk more about Marge Shot.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there. Oh, look, it's making wiggles. All right.
He's talking about my anus.
Yeah, making wiggles.
It makes wiggles.
What Nicole lets me do every once in a while.
Lets you or makes you?
Yes.
My wife makes me make wiggles by knife point.
It's my thing.
What does that mean? If you don't know, you're lucky?
But yeah, so we had paused for a second. We're like, okay, we can go over here. We can go this direction. What are we in the mood for? Do you want to get something to eat? You know, something to go get drunker? What do you want to do? It's New Orleans. You can do all of those things at once.
I love that place. I hate this bar. Give me a to-go cup for my scotch.
Yes.
Sure.
I love that when I walked into every bar, they'd be like, you sticking around or you need a to-go cup?
Yeah, here to go.
Yeah. Like,
Like you're getting fucking chicken wings. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that was so often I'd be like, oh, you know, I gotta chug this before we go because we need to. And the bartender would be like, baby, you can take it to go. And I was like, oh, right, this is the greatest place on earth.
It took me forever to figure that out because a lot of places have like a big cooler of water by the front door with a shit ton of cups next to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can take some water so the bartender doesn't have to constantly give you water, or you can just pour your drink into one and put it next to the other table and leave their glassware there.
Yep.
And continue on your way.
It was beautiful. We should go together sometime.
To New Orleans.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I just had a flashback. I'm good.
Yeah, you were thinking about the time that we went
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. So we paused, and coming out of this shop is this statuesque woman, right?
Now, what does that mean to you? Because I've heard that phrase before. And it seems to mean different things from other people to me.
Tall, poised, beautiful,
right?
Flawless.
Because I always, when I hear, I think we brought it up before, when I hear statuesque, I think of Iman from 1999. Am I close?
Yes.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right.
So, she steps out, and, I mean, you know, you see movement, and you go, oh, okay. And then another person stepping out, and it's this young lady, probably teenager. I got to make sure I'm talking this way and not this way. I'm not cutting any of this.
He's talking directionally, not philosophically.
And, you know, you see movement, glance. And then I see, again, another person coming out. We kind of started walking, and I glance over my shoulder, and I just freeze. And it's Lawrence Fishburne in the most beautiful, like, Adidas tracksuit.
If anybody can pull it off.
He did. And I stood there, and I blinked, and I looked at Nicole, and I was like, that's Lawrence Fishburne. She's like, yeah, I think it is. I said, no, that's Lawrence Fishburne. He smells like chocolate chip cookies and ass kickery. I know what he's... It's like the old gypsy woman foretold. And I wanted to just go up. I didn't want to get a picture. I didn't want to, bother him. I wanted to go up and just be like, hey, I'm a huge fan. The movie that it's very underrated. He did a movie with Tom Jane. Now I can't... I'm too drunk to remember the name of it. But it's this. It's a very
the French version of Mary Poppins. Different thing. Never mind. Keep going.
That's for a different episode. The French version of Mary Poppins, La Poppins.
Sure.
La Poppins.
La Poppins. Hey, come here, children. Have a cigarette. We're all going to die. Oompa Loompa. Let's go have a song.
Oompa Loompa. La Poppins.
That's Oompa Loompa. What the fuck is
well,
that? Gene Wilder snuck into there where he always does.
Fucking
Gene.
Well, he lives up to the name. So I just wanted to go up and be like... And just be like...
It makes no sense.
It's a non sequitur. We should just play Battleship while we talk. I wanted to go up and say so, but I was like, no, he's here with his family. I'm not going to bother him. But I got to see a Lawrence Fishburne in the wild. Nice. And I could not have been happier.
Have you ever felt the need to get an autograph or get a selfie from, like, a celebrity?
No.
Me either.
I figure, like... we ran into in Nashville a songwriter that I admire. He's written a lot of songs. He had a couple hits on his own, but he's not really a singer. He's a songwriter. And like he was behind. We had stopped at a Walgreens to grab a couple things, and he was behind us. And he's in his glasses, a white T-shirt. He's got his daughter with him, and he's in flip flops, carrying a huge bundle of toilet paper. I'm not about to turn around and be like, Mr. Vassar, I'm not going to do that. But I look over.
Leave the dude alone.
I keep looking over my shoulder, and he's smirking. right? He knows that I recognize him. And I walk up, and I'm just blinking, because I myself, admittedly, I get starstruck.
Sure.
I do, because I just get nervous. When I met Matt Bronger, I was just like...
I might. Yeah, I seem to be able to hold it in, and then it goes to hell after a while.
Of course, I had drank a lot when I got to meet Bronger. I got to meet Kevin Pollak, too.
Nice.
Yeah. Wait, I'll tell you that story in a second.
I spilled used chicken wings on Lieutenant Dan once.
I'm sure he said, it's okay.
Close, but not exactly. He was in a tuxedo.
Were you just on top of a building and you're like, fuck you, Lieutenant Dan?
I always, I tell this story and I always feel like shit because I can't remember the actor's name.
Gary Sinise.
Thank you, yes. No, when I worked at a place that's right across the street from the Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago, and they had their fundraiser, and during the fundraisers, the Lieutenant Dan band would play.
Yeah.
So, but they came over and had their after party, and they were all in tuxedos after their fundraiser, and he just walked out of a bathroom. I was going around a corner, and I had literally chicken wing bones in my hand, and just dumped them all over his fucking tux.
Jesus Christ.
Just bones and fucking sauce. And he looked at me, he's like, what the fuck? And he got really angry for a second. He's like, God damn it, I know. And I was just like, I'm so sorry, sir, I'm so sorry. But he left and came back in tuxedo pants and a Lieutenant Dan Band t-shirt that they were selling at merch. Because it was the first thing he saw. He just gave me the eyes. He's like, what are you going to do?
See, and that's...
Yeah, he was pissed off at first, but I ruined his tux. Total accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but that's what you expect, is that immediate, like, oh, fuck, it ain't no big deal. All right. But, like, when I met Bronger, the first thing out of my mouth was, Jesus, you're tall. That's what I said to the man, and and then I apologized for being drunk. And I was like, I can't, and I'm so sorry. I'm just a huge fan. And thank God Nicole was there. She was like, all right, Coco. Like, literally, she was like, all right, Coco. She's like, you can tell he's sweet and he's harmless, but we're just gonna give him his speak and spell and buy a couple records from you. And he was like, it's okay. We've all been there. All right. Yes, I am very tall. I was like, I'm so sorry. That's the first thing out. He's like, that's okay. You're very wide. All right. And then he was very sweet. But I had just went to go see Kevin Pollak. Didn't get to perform with him. It was at a club because he was doing just a comedy club tour. And my buddy John Means, who is Dr. Gonzo, Dr. Gonzo is the doc of comedy rock. He came up in San Francisco at the same time as Pollak and Dana Carvey and Robin Williams and you name it, all that. And he and Robin were good friends. Kevin Meaney, he and Kevin were good friends. He and Kevin Pollak are very close. He and Dana Carvey are good buddies. But Gonzo got picked up by rock bands to open for them.
Okay.
And so he just kind of went a different direction than everybody. Everybody else is doing clubs and movies.
They went to Famous.
And he opened for, like, he toured with Huey Lewis and Jefferson Airplane. And,
nice.
And he was supposed to open for Jerry Garcia and got fucked out of it. And I'm not going to give away the story because he tells the story on my NPR podcast.
Oh, okay.
But so we went to see Kevin Pollak, and I was like, I'm not going to bother him because he's already been taking pictures. It's after the show.
Yeah,
that's what you do. You glad hand after the show. I'm like, I'm not going to be there. It's fine. So Gonzo comes up, and Dr. Gonzo is actually in a couple of the Huey Lewis music videos, and he's on one of the covers. I mean, he's one of those guys that it was, God damn it, what is the lead singer of Jefferson Airplane that turned into Jefferson Starship?
Adolf Hitler.
No, Marge Schott.
I have no fucking idea.
I don't.
Let's just say Stevie Nicks and move on.
Stevie. Got a great.
Well, let's mop that up.
Give me a second. Smells like pennies again.
The cereal's crunchy.
It just doesn't get soft and
That's
milk.
not how you do a callback, Ziggler. I refuse to believe that.
You will have to read our minds. Today's subject.
Oh, Christ.
History of dildos. Anyway, so
Hold on. How long are we into this episode?
I don't know because those numbers have no meaning.
You're the one who usually times this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've made a mistake.
Oh, good. Moving on.
Anyway, so she's the one that
History of dildos?
yeah, history of dildos.
Should I take that off the whiteboard?
We'll do that.
Okay.
But she's the one that used to intro Gonzo as hey, we're here to give you a great show. It's going to be a great feature, but as anybody knows, every great feature has to have an awesome cartoon before it. So here's your cartoon, Dr. Gonzo.
Nice.
And so, so we're hanging out, and Gonzo comes up and he goes, "You want to come meet Kev?" And I was like, "I will be an idiot." And he's like, "Nah, nicest guy in the world. You need to meet Kev." I was like, "I'm not gonna bother. He's like, I'm giving him a ride to the hotel. He's got to be cornered by me." And they are legit friends.
Okay.
Because like Kevin was like, "Hey, are you coming up? Can you just come up, do a little quick set before, He's like, "I'd love." He goes, "I'm sure they've got a great feature for me, but if you could just warm up the crowd a little bit for me and then give me a ride to the hotel." So I walk up with Gonzo, and he's like, "Hey, Gonz!" And Gonzo, they hug, and he's like, "Hey, this is my good buddy Larry. Larry, this is Kev." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm familiar."
I've seen The Usual Suspects, with and without my dick in my hand.
And I said, "Great show. I'm going to try really hard to not be a weirdo
Yeah.
while we talk. But I also am starstruck." And he goes, "I'm no star. I'm just a fucking comic that got lucky." Anyway, what do you do? I was like, "I'm a comic, but I'm not good yet." Because it was very early.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Good for you. Keep that idea. You keep thinking you're not good, you're just going to get better." He goes, "People that got it figured out, fuck them." Anyway, Gonz, what's going on, buddy? And so I just got to hang out with Gonzo, who is a quiet legend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's one of those guys that's a stand-up guy, stand-up comedy legend that just under the radar.
Yeah.
And fucking Kevin Pollak. And I just got to hang out with these guys and absorb. It was beautiful.
That's awesome, man.
And Pollak looks at me, he's like, what's your act?" And I was like, I couldn't help myself because it just came out like Tom Segura's thing. I was just like, "Mostly stories." And he's like, I've got kids. I talk about my kids and I talk about my wife. I said, "But the thing is," I said, "that's played out, so I'm always the butt of the joke. They never are." And he's like, yeah. Nobody wants to hear, "Hey guys, my wife's stupid and she shops all the time." I was like, no. It's always about how smart she is.
Tim Allen, after he got out of prison, did that for a living.
Yeah.
He did okay in the 80s.
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, my ass. He's got more money than...
Yeah, but fuck him. He's a rat.
He's a rat?
That's how he got out of prison.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, he ratted up. So, he was running coke.
Yeah.
And he ratted out the dudes that he was working with.
Oh.
And so they're still in prison, and he got out and got famous.
And he's tool time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And everybody apparently understands that if those guys ever do get out of prison, they're cutting his balls off.
I'll take tool time money over sucking dick for protection any day.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Anyway, do you know dildos go back to forever?
Yeah, you made one out of alabaster, I believe.
Yes, yeah, the Alabaster Penis by Oscar Wilde.
I barely remember that joke. So I've seen ones that are carved out of bone.
Yeah.
But only because I've made them and I have a lot of bone in my house.
That's what your wife has always said.
Regrettably, that's not true.
There's a lot of bone in this house.
There's a whole lot of limp dicking around here.
Fuck, I meant to open up this episode with, "What's up, meat catchers?" And that's what I meant to say. I think if anyone actually listens to this, we have to call them meat catchers.
We have to be woke. They can call them. They can identify as meat catchers, but we can't call them anything.
We can't. Why are you turning into fucking Medea all of a sudden?
What about parrot heads? I've always wanted to call my fans parrot heads.
Parrot heads?
No, parrot heads.
Parent heads?
Parrot heads.
Parenthood.
Mm-hmm. It seems like
Parenthood is isn't that a Steve Martin movie?
It is, where he whines a lot and then all of a sudden finds joy into a virtual fucking merry-go-round.
Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he voices.
There's a dildo in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Rick Moranis. That's not. I love Rick Moranis.
Me too. He's actually like coming out of retirement.
Yeah, yeah.
He's doing a couple of things. He's doing like a new Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something. Dude, much respect for that gentleman.
Yeah.
Who, at the height of his career, left Hollywood to raise his children because his wife was sick and ended up passing away.
Yep.
Dude, how do you not just bow down and be like, that's amazing?
I have the utmost respect for him. Hey, do you remember the first time you saw a dildo, like in real life? Do you ever use one?
How do you use one? I was gifted a vibrator when I was 18.
That's different than a dildo.
I know. But I used it. Long story very short. When I was leaving high school to go to college, a bunch of my friends decided that they were going to go to the mall and shoplift me presents. And
I remember that.
Unbeknownst to me, they had a contest. Nobody ever went to prison, which is amazing, or got caught. But they shoplifted a bunch of different things. Yeah. I don't think I still have... Oh, I still have the coffee grinder, actually, 20 years later. So
okay, all right.
But one of them was the Bad Girl starter set, and it had a vibrator in it, and you turn it on and eat. And I thought it was so funny that I went downstairs and stirred my coffee with it in front of my great Uncle Jim. And that was the first time he ever saw a vibrator. Now, first time I ever saw a dildo.
Okay.
So... I was going to make a joke about your mom, but I decided not
to. Well, I was going to say the first time I ever saw a vibrator was your vibrator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen one in real life. Oh, my God.
So we just stopped right there to take a piss and a drink.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more upset with us about talking about my vibrator.
Yeah, it was your vibrator, and it was the first one I'd ever seen in real life.
And it came home to me in the pants of a 14-year-old boy. 17.
I'm glad that you added that. Mm-hmm. You're still in Crystalia territory.
Yeah, we owe Spencer's Gifts some money.
Yeah, well, don't we all?
We stole some shit from there.
As Spencer's Gifts just knows it's going to get shoplifted from by teenagers.
That's their demographic, is people who steal shit. What is that, a black light? Yeah, I'll just walk out with one stiff leg, which I did. And got away with.
And that's only because they had the sexy outfits in the back.
Which is very similar to going to the mall when there still were malls and when I still gave a shit. The Mall Olympics? Ever tell you about the games we used to play at the Mall Olympics?
The Mall Olympics?
Uh-huh.
No.
So you go to the mall, which for us was a 45-minute drive.
I understand that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And we had very little money, so you blow $5 at the arcade, putting quarters in, and then we weren't going to shop. We were doing like whatever. There were several different events. So some of them like lasted a while or didn't. One of my favorites was my buddy Ryan. Ryan was born with a mild deformity where he literally had no muscle from his elbow to his fingers on one hand.
Okay.
And he had 3 fingers on one of his hands. He also was a brilliant punk rock drummer. He just wedged a stick in one of those, taped it closed, and could still fucking rock and roll.
Awesome.
The kid's great. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but he didn't let anything go past it, but he knew he could get away with shit because he had that. One of my favorite was What Are You Doing? And that was only a Ryan event where he used to wear, and I think just for this, I don't know, 2 pairs of jeans, one on top of the other, and one being obviously much bigger. and this was in the 90s, so you used to wear like the flannel type
Yeah.
So he would sit at the water fountain, where the wishing fountain, where it's not a wishing well, but people throw quarters in it.
Yeah.
He would sit there and take the top pair of pants down all the way down to his ankles, but cover himself with the flannel, so it looked like he was just sitting there with no pants on, and just kind of like with his claw doing little like movements, and like he was crazy. And he used to wait for fucking security to come over because nobody wants to mess with the little handicap kid, and he knew it. And finally, when somebody did, he's like, they would always be like, "Sir, son, are you okay?" Like, "Yeah." "You want me to go? They're kicking me out because I'm deformed." So he would stand up and throw his flannel into the air just to watch them freak out, and then they realized that he's wearing 2 pairs of jeans, and then we just watched what happened. And what usually happened was nothing. Everybody just goes, "What the fuck are we doing?"
God damn it!
Yeah, it was spectacular.
You crazy bastard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss that guy. Last I heard, he was some manner of like kindergarten teacher or like Sunday school teacher or something, but he was living in a big RV with his wife and 1 child, and they were just like living off like he would go to work, but like he would come home and they spent most of their time outside, like in the elements and cooking on fire and stuff. He's the kind of guy who loves that kind of shit, man.
I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
Good for... But isn't it always those kinds of guys that end up being like Sunday school teachers?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, I need to make up for some shit. Boy, do I have... I got a tally that I need to mark off. Man, the first time... Yeah, dildos have been around for a while.
Talk to me. We talked about when was the first dildo, Larry? Do you know this?
The first dildo was...
Are you looking at notes? Where are you?
Created by... it was actually recorded BC.
No.
Yes. Yeah, there was actually... It was an archaeological dig. I think...
Specifically for sex toys?
Not specifically.
And T-Rex bots.
Same thing. Because you can use those and polish them down.
I already told you I've done this, but yes.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm just relating to you. But there was like an archaeological dig somewhere in the south of France, and
it makes so much sense now,
right? And they found it was like a piece of... What kind of wood was it? It's a very specific kind of wood that can be polished down to be very smooth.
Okay.
Very smooth. And I mean, it's essentially the shape of... It was shaped like a penis.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was shaped like a penis. And they, did DNA testing and found some, let's just say, juices.
Hold on. So, what you're telling me is...
Yeah.
The saddest version of Indiana Jones.
You mean the sexiest version of Indiana Jones?
Come see, come saw. So they dug a hole.
Yeah.
And they found a special bone version of a peep.
It was wood.
Excuse me, special wood version of a wood. Of a guy's wood. And then they said, we have to test this to see what vaginal juices are.
I'll be honest with you, I'm making all of this up.
Damn it.
There is, though,
you beautiful bastard.
Now, there, for real, though, there are in BC, there's these, in BC, I don't remember the years, but they're...
In BC, it's like being in Baltimore, but different.
Yeah, but...
it's before Christ was...
you were cavemen. Love you, Baltimore. I've been once. It was okay.
You get yourself stabbed.
Yeah, you will. Mm-hmm. That was part of the reason I liked it. But yeah, they found these like statues, like these 8-inch statues. Of course, 8-inch statues. That on one side were these like little fertility gods, and the other side was obviously a wang carved out. And they have theorized that they were used to help prime the womb, and invite the fertility god to make the babies.
So, Okay, so they didn't test the original Wang for veg.
I made up that whole
You
thing.
made up that. Okay, but you
Yeah.
didn't make up the actual...
This part is not made up.
Okay, so you're saying that they're guessing that in the BC, they took these fertility Wangs
Yeah, fertility Wang.
and basically did some manner of... Like, if you're building a deck and you have to pilot hole the wood so the screw won't split it.
Right. Yeah, they were essentially they were basting the fuzz cave.
Mm-hmm. Let's just let that burn for a second.
Yeah, just that caught meat.
Basting
That caught meat.
Basting the fuzz cave definitely caught meat. God. It really upsets me because that was going to be the name of my first daughter.
Basting the fuzz cave?
Don't you fucking judge me, Smith.
Don't you put her name in your mouth.
Don't you put anything of hers in your mouth. Except for 1 foot, which is a toddler, because that's adorable.
It is. It's Dorbs.
It's weird after the prom, but, you know, when they're toddlers, it's cute.
Oh, she's 18. Anything goes.
That's a fuzz cave.
Welcome to the fuzz cave. That just sounds like a shitty version of Jungle of Fun.
I feel like I need to squeegee my soul right now. Just get the top layer of gunk off.
Yeah,
and then,
we should have done that a while ago.
Yeah, you don't really need to clean it so much as just, it's the presumption of clean.
I misunderstood the first time a girl handed me a dildo and said use it. I thought she meant on me, and I was not into it.
I refuse to believe that that's not a joke. I remember her. Her name was Maywa, and you guys were into weird shit.
Yeah, all of that is actually, yes. You need to use this on, you need to use this.
God, that was her name. And she was white and ginger.
Yeah. Yeah, a redheaded Russian Jew named after her Korean midwife.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Where is she these days?
I think she's doing well.
I was gonna say at the bottom of question mark.
No, she seems to be doing well. I think we're friends on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, keep that pipeline open there, pal.
Yeah, well, you know, that was her. That's why we broke up, because she kept her pipeline open.
That's beautiful. That's like a song by the Doobie Brothers.
She kept her pipeline open, but she closed my heart.
That is not what the Doobie Brothers sound like at all.
Help me out.
I don't know. It's better than what I got, so let's keep it.
Was that the Doobie
That
Brothers?
is sad.
Yeah.
I am not okay.
Yeah, my falsetto is not great.
That was your falsetto?
Yeah.
It's said in the same vein as, that's your penis? Which I've heard more than once.
Why is it so bumpy and curved?
No, this is my loner. Mine's in the shop.
Mine's much more impressive. But look, you want to ride home.
That's your penis? Oh, you're welcome or I'm sorry. Help me.
Tell me what I need to do. I've got a card for each one. Hallmark makes them.
Coming at you, or I'll put my pants on and leave? What do we think? I live here. Doesn't seem to matter.
I know where I've got couches. I've got couches.
As a cis white man, I am so sick of apologizing for my penis because it has thorns. I don't know what that means, but I wanted to say it out loud.
Have you been to an arborist to get that looked at?
That's where I should have been going. I was going to doctors like an asshole.
Don't be a dipshit. When you got thorns, you go to an arborist. When you got bumps, you go
Ointmentist.
You go to an old timey doctor that wears one of those long masks.
From the Black Plague. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
sure.
That's all shoved full of herbs, and he just comes in and just throws a leech at your cock.
I promise you, this is all based on science.
Sim sim salabim!
Take off your pants. Here's some vermin.
What?
What are we doing? I don't know, but I'm taking notes.
One day someone's going to thank me for this.
We're learning off of your genital reaction.
It's shrinking. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do that.
As well as your will to live.
Those rats will make a dick shrink. It's a magical reaction. You got to get rid of the rats in your house, or else your dick shrinks. We have a clear correlation right here.
I think I told you the rat catchers in New York. Did I tell you about this? The guys with the dogs?
Yes.
Last night. Oh, God. I love these dudes. I want to hang out with them. They live underground. They're like the A-team of rat people. It's totally illegal. But if you know them and you know how to find them, you might be able to enlist these 5 assholes.
We got little dogs.
It's dude with rats, terriers, and dachshunds and shit. And they literally, like, they just let them loose and they take care of your rat problem. But it's very illegal.
See, that's the thing. New York rats are so big and aggressive.
Apparently they're more aggressive now as well.
Yeah, because the food shortage, because of all the quarantine. Chicago rats, they're pretty chill.
You know what? I see them rarely. I do, but like...
One ran over Nicole's, she was, thank God, wearing boots. But we were walking from your apartment to our Airbnb. And that was a love bubble coming up there. That's
the almost vomit burp that you said. Nice.
That's the acid from the. Let's just leave it at that.
From the tab.
Neighbors.
Same joke.
Yeah, but so we're walking, and I was like, "Hold up!" And this motherfucker just stops, and he stands up on his little hind legs, right? And he's just like, "Oh, what's up, fools?" That's what he said. I'm swear that's okay. I was drunk, but
okay, this is a cartoon, but okay.
But no, he was like, he looked at us, and then he's like skirting towards the cars, and we're
shittiest version of Ratatouille.
The rat's just voiced by Carl, the guy that begs for change outside my building. Does he have some
French peasants too? No, he's going to bite you and give you rabies.
Oh,
yeah,
not good with recipes, but
no. Also not good in the box office either.
Don't put him under your hat. That's what I learned that night. He won't make you cook well. He'll just make you see things that aren't there. But yeah, he runs up, and then we stop because he stops. And I'm like, all right, let's... And he just runs out and just runs over Nicole's foot. Like, she's, again, wearing boots, but he just shoots off, and you would think she would be like, son of a bitch, but she was like, he was actually really pretty cute. And I was like, I have married the right woman.
Yeah, but she was wrong in that instance.
She was drunk.
You freak out. You kick that bitch into the street.
Well, she did. It's not like she just stood. She was like, whoa, 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 because she didn't know what his plans were. She didn't know she was going to get Me Too'd by Remy.
And the story took a different turn. And that's when the rat in the alley bit my wife on the vagina. in my best Morgan Freeman voice. I do the penguin stuff, and also the rat's biting my wife on the pussy.
Oh, Nikki. That was a terrible time for Larry. He got cooked by the star of Ratatouille.
Your Morgan Freeman is much better than mine, and yours sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, mine's terrible.
Most of my impressions are just good enough to where you go, I know who that is. It's bad, but I know who that is.
Can you do any decent impressions? Do you have one?
I used to do a really good Harry Carey.
Can you do Harry Carey, or you do Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey?
Honestly, I swear to Christ, it was a good combination of both.
Okay.
Because Will Ferrell's was so over the top, but you knew who it was.
Yeah.
But
because he said his name at the beginning of the sketch.
Yeah. But when I was bartending, I would we'd have the Cubs game on, and I would get requests from some of the patrons, some of the regulars, to just get on, because we had the intercom, we had the louds, so I would just get on the intercom and call the game as Harry, and then we would do the seventh inning stretch. I'd sing it, and behind the bar, the owner had these great big Harry Carey glasses that he actually needed, but I would put them on and just I would do the Harry Carey. But yeah, that was a decent one. I used to. There's sometimes where I'll. Who did I do? Did I do a decent Barack Obama when I'm not under pressure?
Feel no pressure. Do Obama.
Nope.
Okay.
No. Because it'll suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking about it. Like all my impressions are.
So you can accidentally do a good Obama.
Well, like if Nicole and I are talking and she'll mention Obama, I'll say something and it's obviously not dead on Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. It is caricature Barack Obama, but that's just what an impression is.
Yeah, you grab the few things and you exacerbate them that people.
Yeah, and there's a handful of stuff. Now I wish I could just yell at, be like, "Hey, what's them impressions that I do that you are like? Oh, that's real good."
You can still yell that, but it would just be at the couch.
Yeah, it'd just be at this teddy bear chair that it's been through. That's been through all the kids and most adults who pass out in our basement.
This teddy bear has been through children.
Yes,
it's passed through children.
Yeah,
all the children.
All the. Well, it's in a program right now. It's a second chance for him.
What was the second stage of Dildos?
The second stage of Dildos?
Well, the history of, that means there's got to be
something. I actually did go to a more of a smooth stone.
Ah.
They have found like using stone and other things that can't splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they would use that and carve it out, which I think that's impressive. It's much more impressive than the realistic rubber penises we have nowadays. And what the fuck is the point
of the rubber penis?
Of just a rubber? Why not like a vibrator makes sense to me.
Especially
like if it's the penis shaped vibrator, because then you could, or a rabbit. You're familiar with the rabbit?
Yeah, I gave one to my 1-year-old nephew.
Oh. Well, it's never too early to learn.
That's true. No, my nephew's 12 now, but when he turned 1, I asked my brother for his, I don't have kids. It's like, what do I get for a child on his first birthday? And my brother literally said, I don't know, anything that whirs around, makes a noise, and lights up. He'll love.
Oh,
so I got him one of those. It's got the clit stimulator. It's got the dick that goes and
it has lights.
Fashion.
Yeah.
It's got lights, and it's got another little thing. It's looks like a bunch of BBs in the middle that goes the opposite way of the So I put that in a box and I gave it to him. My brother laughed his fucking ass off. My sister-in-law didn't talk to me for about a year. We're cool now. I fit the goddamn parameters though.
Yeah.
So yes, I know what
that's a good one too. That's a real.
Oh yeah, it was like $40.
Yeah. Those are really high quality.
I talked to my sister-in-law. Whatever happened to that? And she just gets real sheepish and she leaves the room.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's inappropriate. He's 1. Also, he seems into it.
Yeah, it'll make a great teether.
Whirs around, makes a noise.
Lights up. Oh, I got this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's very impressive to carve a dildo out of stone and make sure it's nice and smooth so that it's pleasurable. Because up until, how recently was the female orgasm just considered a myth?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, so the female orgasm is real.
Like Bigfoot is real?
Okay, for me, like Bigfoot is, because I believe in Bigfoot and the Goat Man. of Pope Lick County, and also probably the Loch Ness Monster.
You just confused the hell out of me.
There's a town in
Pope Lick?
yeah, in Kentucky.
Am I saying that right? 2 words? Pope?
Pope Lick.
The king of the Catholics.
Yes, Catholic.
They're a direct voice to God,
Uh-huh.
which is adorable. And the word lick, L-I-C-K,
Correct.
and that's the name of a place.
Yes, just outside of Louisville.
Pope Lick.
Pope Lick.
Cite your sources.
The shirt that I was wearing last night.
I don't... Why would I know what you were wearing last night?
Because you were constantly staring at my tits.
You think it had anything to do with the shirt?
It's my tits. Because I can make them bounce.
Pope Lick.
Yeah, you like that? You like this? Hey, check it out. Come on. You know you want to look.
Oh, yeah, look at you doing your little Terry Crews peck fleck.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, Pope Lick, Kentucky.
Okay.
Home of the Goat Man.
Obviously.
Yeah. And, but
That is a mouthful of wonderful.
the
Pope Lick,
the
the home
Ozark
of the Goat
Howler.
Man.
The Ozark Howler.
I took one of those in your bathroom earlier.
Yeah, you did. I sat outside the door, touched
Sorry.
myself. No, it's okay. It's right. It's right in my kink. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
no shame in this game.
Didn't hurt me none.
No, it didn't. No, I made sure I was done before you.
That's why I slipped coming out of the bathroom.
Sorry. I was trying to get a towel.
I forgot my cereal sock.
Steven sock That's right. I forgot to do the. We got to do a read for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
This episode brought to you by Bag.
Try again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit.
You're
This
not going to, though. You're not going to edit shit.
This episode brought to you by Bag Full of Piss Chicken. Bag Full of Piss Chicken. Because you found it. All right.
I feel like the lead up was a lot better than the actual payoff.
Oh, fuck you. Thank you. I'm doing my best.
I know. That's the weird part.
Oh, I know. It's so subpar. And so many times I've this exact same conversation with women.
I'm doing my best.
I know, and that's the I know,
the
baby.
Worst thing to scream out during sex. I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best.
I'm just doing my best.
I
What?
find that the only thing that's worse than screaming out during sex is right before. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do my best.
I will do what I can. Just tap me on the head and tell me. Just push me one direction or the other.
Set expectations down by the floor stop.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Yeah. Hey, it
Floor
wasn't.
stop? Door stop.
God
Damn it.
Just wait till we record another episode. We're gonna be drunker.
Bag full of piss chicken. We're doing it right after this, right?
What we're having? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
We'll record this and. Have you ever been asked to use a dildo on a partner?
Yes.
And did you just show them your amazing wang? And
I forget his name.
Russell.
His name was Russell. You know what? In my younger days, I definitely had a little bit of misgivings about it.
Right. Yeah.
And now, I'm like, whatever gets us both to happy. Whatever makes it to where you are satisfied enough that we can both just go to sleep when we're done. I know what I can do and what I can't.
Yeah. I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah. I'm good for 5 solid minutes of effort, an apology, and then you have to go to modern technology. My wife has one with a kickstand. It's made by Harley.
Oh. So does it have a pull start or is it a...
No, it's a kickstart.
Okay.
The fucker runs on diesel, and she knows what she's doing.
Atta girl.
Yeah, it's a stationary bike with an attachment.
Do I have to help you move that I mean, not have to. Do I get to help you move that?
Oh, it's one of a kind. I built it.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the plan.
I want it for myself. Don't be afraid of your body.
I'm afraid of your body.
Most people are.
Mine is fine. It's breaking down as we speak. Fear is not the right word. Acceptance is close.
It can't be breaking down. We're pickled.
So, what was your point with the history of the dildos? Like, where? So, we went from wood that was polished to stone-ish.
Mm-hmm. To the amazing technology we have now, and also that jacket that we saw on
Laugh Out Loud Australia, or Last to Laugh, or
laugh.
Rebel Wilson features a bunch of people that make us giggle.
Yeah, and that guy's very springy dildo jacket.
Sam something or other. Oh,
yeah.
God, I need to see him perform live.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It just his planned material has to be amazing. He's like if
This makes no sense. There's no lead into this.
Okay,
This
Amazon
is-
Prime, Rebel Wilson, something about laughing. It's a contest game show. It's brilliant. Just watch it. We giggled and farted the entire time.
in that order.
And that's
As far as
that
I know.
is the greatest review of any show ever, I think. I giggled and farted the entire time.
We watched a man in a homemade dildo jacket dance.
Yeah, and we
After building tension.
we also saw him take a worshipful Fanta bath.
Yeah, he had people bathe him in Aperol and orange soda
Yeah.
while he sat in a kiddie pool naked.
Yeah.
And it was
That actually sounds like one of my birthday parties.
Oh, I miss all the good shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I was literally we had a kiddie pool, like a blow up kiddie pool in the backyard, and I just got naked and got into it because I was just laying, staring at the stars, and
it was noon.
I had started drinking at 10 in the morning, kind of like my 40th birthday party. When I came to get you guys at the train, and I was like, "All right, I've been drinking since 9:30. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna need some food."
Buckle up. Who's had a good life?
Who's got regrets? Well, call and make amends, because... Oh, I'm not driving? Nicole's driving? Probably a better plan.
Yeah.
All right, we'd have made it home. Yeah, we'd have made it home.
All right, yeah.
That's, So, fisting.
Is what's for dinner.
My God, how amazing would that be to get Sam Elliott to just be like... To get Sam Elliott to fist you.
Fist you? What the fuck? How does your mind work? What's fisting? It's what's for dinner. You know what? Sam Elliott. Yeah, obviously. That's
Well,
how you
he did all
that's
the
how
beef
you-
commercials.
Yeah, that's how you get from fucking A to B on that.
Yeah, beef, it's what's for... It was his voice.
Fine, whatever you need.
But I just want him to do... I would... look, Sam Elliott, if you're listening...
He's not.
If you're listening,
He's
please
not. His
just do
children
us
are
a
not.
sound drop of you just saying, fisting, it's what's for dinner.
There is a solid no money in it for you.
And then probably no recognition.
No, zero.
But fisting, you know what? Not fisting, it's what's for dinner. Fisting. Hold on. I get.
Oh, God, dude.
What?
You're kidding me. Come on.
I can do this.
Okay.
I can do this. Fisting, it's your last resort. Or fisting.
What was your first resort, and where are these resorts at in Mexico?
Actually, Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, first resort is just 3 fingers. Have you ever fisted? You don't want to answer that question.
No, well, no, I'm thinking, because I've done a lot of weird shit. Hold on. Livestock doesn't count, correct?
No. Because if that counts, I've been shoulder deep in a few cows, but I've been shoulder deep in a few heifers, if you know what I mean. Oh, I should cut that.
No, I have not. On giving or receiving?
I've never received a fist.
Yeah, it's okay. Love is love.
I've had a few finger slips, but that's different.
Well, I begged for a few fingers. That was before the hemorrhoids, though.
Well,
Dude, there's things up there that are just fucking gnarly. these
yeah,
days.
well, that's it's just rubber gloves and lube and
Even that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I look. I know my hands used to be slightly smaller, but I've got these big old mitts, sausage fingers. They're chunky.
Let's talk about Larry's size.
It's my hands.
Yeah. So you have a big old hand. Yes.
Yeah.
And you put it inside of
A person.
whose name was.
Should I say?
Yes.
Because my wife might listen and she
Don't
doesn't
care.
care. She really doesn't.
And I don't care.
It was Allison. You
That
remember?
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was, let's try this, just go for it. And I went, okay.
If anybody would ever say "punch me in the upper pussy,"
I treated her like Kermit the Frog that night. I just...
it's not easy being fucked.
Yeah, there was none of that. I was just like, I can never, this can never compete with this thing.
I mean, but if that's what you need,
I don't know if she needed that, but she wanted to see what would happen. She just wanted to test, in her words,
well, why not?
I want to test the limits.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was the same way with a garden hose in 15 minutes of my free time.
Only 15?
14 if I'm honest.
Sometimes, I'll be honest, when Nick's out of the house, and I gotta take care of things, I make it an event. I take care of myself. Light some candles, little incense.
That's more romance than debauchery.
You didn't let me finish.
Ah, sorry. Pardon.
But that looks like that's all the time we have for today.
What did we learn?
We learned that I lie real good about dildos. That your hemorrhoids are so bad that you can't
Experience prostate joy.
Yeah, which is a sad, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellas, don't be scared of your bodies.
I'll be scared of Larry's body.
And I think that's the takeaway.
Yeah, fair
Be
enough.
scared of Larry's body. All right. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. That's the end of this episode of Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, brought to you by Piss Chicken.
No, bag full of... You fucked up already.
Hold on. No. The read was going to be
Come on.
Piss Chicken. Now in a bag.